So, folks, 48 hours into the new game, we got our first bans. So, Flutter Mane and Houndstone have been banned from Scarlet Violet OU. Pretty crazy. I didn't expect bans to come in this quickly. It's not even been 3 days of the new metagame, but they were on some pretty crazy Pokemon. I figured, you know what, let's discuss this. It'd be a short video, not too long, as it is only 2 Pokemon. But if you've been playing Gen 9 OU on the ladder, you know that Flutter Mane and Houndstone are 2 of the most used Pokemon, 2 of the strongest Pokemon, and they're both ghosts, which is crazy. Since Generation, 6, when Ghosts got the buff of being neutral towards Steel types, these things have just been on a rampage. Generation 8 is when we got Dragapult. It's when Blacephalon went to the moon in terms of usage as well. Like, ghosts are way too good. Like, they have only become better, and it's just funny how every generation they get stronger, to the point where now in Generation 9 we had to quick ban 2 of the ghosts in 2 days in. But let's break it down real quick. Flutter Mane. So they say Flutter Mane will arguably go down as one of the most broken presences to ever grace an overused metagame in competitive Pokemon's lengthy. Okay, this is some wild hyperbole. They thought they were writing a storybook. But Flutter Mane, I agree. I'll say that first and foremost. I agree it was broken. I do think that banning it in 2 days is a little bit, it's mad quick to ban this thing in 2 days. But I do agree that it was broken. That much I can say for sure. So the fact that it is banned now, like, I'm not super surprised, nor am I super upset. I don't even have that much fun using this Pokemon. It's not that fun to use, in my opinion. You just bring it in, you click your dual stabs. There's no flex, and when it comes in against me, I'm upset. But either way, let's break it down. So booster energy with the classic max special attack, max speed. Don't think there's room for anything else really when running Flutter Mane. When it was being used. Because you hit 607 speed with your booster energy. This thing alone invalidated a lot of Dragon Dancing Pokemon. For example, I thought Dragonite with Terrastal would be like the greatest mon ever, since you can defensively change your type, become Steel, whatever. But even at +2, Flutter Mane's outspeeds you and is going to cook you. I only run Subcalm Mine, but you can obviously run Mystical Fire. People run Memento. I saw some guy versus me. He had Energy Ball plus Terrastalized Grass, which was his Palafin counter. So obviously you can just run whatever you want. But I do think that Substitute Calm Mind is by far the best set. This guy forces so many switches, comes in at +1 speed, meaning he was at 600. It's just too easy. A lot of games, they would just come down to Flutter Mane versus Flutter Mane speed ties and that kind of thing. And it's also the reason I was always rocking Scizor on my teams and shit like that. Like, Flutter Mane, this is like if Specs Dragapult and Specs Lele combined into one Pokemon. This thing is like, this is like the greatest, it's super funny. Like, it's a super fun mon to use. It's definitely the boss of the metagame right now. It's funny because between these two, I really can't decide who's better, but I think Palafin is literally better than both. And that's my own bias, probably. These two are very strong Pokemon, but when these two got banned, I was like, yo, what about Palafin? Don't sleep. That guy is broken. But Flutter Mane was really constricting on the metagame. You come in, you're at 600 speed. It invalidates all Dragon Dance Pokemon. Dragonite could never beat it. Stuff like Baxcalibur doesn't even get used because Flutter Mane would just come in and blow that shit up. So, I don't know. I think that this is good that Flutter Mane was removed from the metagame. I do think when Pokemon Home comes out that they will more than be fine testing this back in the meta. But, yeah, Flutter Mane, he was really, really strong. Like, really strong. Really fast. Yes, the Fizz Def is bad. Yes, I know I'm going to get the comments saying, I don't know, Flutter Mane drops to 1 Sucker Punch. You're very right. But that's, a lot of Pokemon do that, and they also got banned. So, this was definitely a constricting threat on the metagame. Faster than everything. I mean, I go back to some of my teams, and the team I uploaded with yesterday, the super crazy hyper offense, had Flutter Mane, and it had such a nice position on the team. Like, it was my super fast Pokemon. It was a ghost type, so that it would be the rapid spin immunity, special tank as well, since it can take those moves. Flutter Mane just fit on every team, because a lot of times you look at your team and you're like, damn, I need something fast. Boom, Flutter Mane it is. I had Choice Scarf on this team, right? Because it needed to be consistently fast, and it hit 600 speed. So, yeah, I remember Choice Scarf was really solid in the first day of the game. This one, again, Booster Energy, Memento, Moonblast, Shadow Ball, Calm Mind. I used this team earlier today with the Roaring Moon. And, Flutter Mane he puts in the work like it's nothing. Very good Pokemon, very easy to use. Only really needs its dual stab. That's why I didn't run Mystical Fire, because Mystical Fire is really just how do I explain it? It's like a luxury to hit the Steel like a little bit harder, but I'm good with Shadow Ball. I like going Terrastalized Steel on this because then you can beat other Flutter Mane, because you're neutral to Ghost, and then also when you're normal, what else was it for? It was normal. Oh yeah, just to beat Shadow Ball, right? And then Steel, let's take Moonblast, and then other than that, I went pure Ghost because then you power up your Shadow Ball, which is kind of nice. For the neutral steals like Corviknight, and then also it hits Clodsire a little harder, but Clodsire did beat Flutter Mane pretty well. All things considered, Flutter Mane, I understand why you got banned. Good day. Now we move on to the doggy, Houndstone. Houndstone, very, very fun mon. It was the first guy I used in my first video. I had a blast using it. This is the set that I was running, that CTC gave me. I thought this was a great, great set. Adamant, max tech, max speed, spell tag. Reason he has spell tag is because the 1.2x boost to the ghost moves is pretty good, and it lets you bluff the potential choice band. If you run Life Orb, then they're obviously going to know that you have Body Press, you have Will-O-Wisp, you have Play Rough, etc., etc. But when they don't see any recoil or nothing like that, then they think, oh shit, probably banded, you're able to switch up your moves. I like Will-O-Wisp a lot as well because it lets you bypass Sucker Punch, obviously, and it's just all around great, great, great support. And then Last Respects is the reason that the shit got banned. So, Houndstone. Let me go to Smogon real quick and see what they said. Okay, so I'm looking at this, and basically they said what we all know, that Last Resorts is broken and Houndstone is ass, which is true. Houndstone is like an average Pokemon. Last Respects as a move is broken. 300 base power at max power, like, come on now. It's obviously broken. But I know a lot of people were curious as to why. I mean, myself included. I know Smogon always does just ban the Pokemon rather than the move or the ability. It's why in the past, Speed Boost Blaziken or whatever, they just banned Blaziken and not Speed Boost, and everyone is up in arms about that. But anyways, so it looks like they're saying that the reason that they're banning Houndstone over Last Respects is because if one Pokemon gets it, then it doesn't matter. You just ban the Pokemon. And that if when, Basket Legion comes around with it, then they'll decide from there. I don't know, though. Like, I understand, like, their logic about the burden of proof if it belongs to multiple Pokemon versus one. But also, like, this is not a legal justice, like, system. Like, what the fuck? So I think they should have just banned Last Respects, personally. Like, yeah, I understand that you want to have consistency, but also, I don't know. It's the only mon with the move. Who cares? Just ban the move. But regardless of tiering, like if I agree or not with tiering direction, I absolutely agree that if they have to figure out a way to nerf the dog, then I guess they got to get rid of the dog. Because this move alone is just absolutely fire. The mon is not broken, right? The mon's not broken because it dies to a lot of shit. I like it with Fluffy a lot too. I just run the Sandrush set. The Fluffy set is crazy. You be living everything. Terra Fight is so you can take the Sucker Punch from King Gambit or Chien Power, whoever, and then you just turn into a fighting type resistant and blow them up with Body Press. Dog's move pool is horrible, but Body Press is pretty nice off 100 base defense and when you become a fighting type. He has Play Rough, he has the Elemental Fangs, but in general, you're just hoping to click Last Respects. But, I mean, Houndstone was a really, really easy Pokemon to use. Bottom line, you get up the sand. It does force a specific team structure, which Flutter Mane didn't. So if I compare the two, Flutter Mane is absolutely way better than Houndstone. Houndstone's move is disgusting. Don't get it twisted. Last Regrets and this mon as a whole, I mean, this mon was broken because of the move Last Regrets. That move, in my opinion, can't be balanced. But I still think that they should have just said Last Regrets is banned, and then when Basket Legion comes out in Pokemon Home, if it's such a big deal, why can't they just bring it back and test both? But whatever. I don't think Last Regrets can ever be a move that's balanced. 300 base power and its stab move on this, and again Basket Legion who's coming later. If both the guys that have this move get stab on it, then it's kind of stupid. Like, and yeah, you can even run Fluffy, so you take all the physical attacks. I've seen this on some Web's hyper offense on the ladder the other day. I think he had spell tag too, or maybe he had lefties, I don't know. But yeah, so these two have finally been banned, and they were both the unanimous bans. If I could give my own input, I mean, I understand that these two are banned, and I agree, but this guy, hold on. In my opinion, he's the real demon. He's the real danger. This shit, my bro. Come on, bro. Come on. But maybe a video for a different day. I hope you guys enjoyed. I know it was a short one, but I really don't have much to talk about past the fact that, I mean, these are broken Pokemon. Like, Flutter Mane in general, I thought was extremely uncompetitive. Everyone, when they saw the Paradox Pokemon leaks, and even in the video that I made on my channel talking with Joey and CTC, we were all like, yo, this mon is the GOAT. Look at these stats. The Spadef, it's just epic. You don't care about having a bad physical defense, because this thing can take the special attack. And again, we have Terastallized now, so any mon can become any mon, basically. So, Flutter Mane had to go. Houndstone, a little sad, because I would have liked to use the dog with Fluffy and some other shit, or just like, I mean, the dog's definitely not good without Last Respects. This shit would have been UU or whatever, but I still would have had fun using this. Bro got Destiny Bond and Wisp and shit. I would have had fun. 100 defense, I could have fun using this mon, but it is what it is. That's just the tiering direction they took. We'll see from there now where the meta goes. Removing Flutter Mane, I agree with, because shit was too constricting. Houndstone had to go. Last Respects is too much bullshit. And I mean, regardless of, oh man, I wish they didn't ban Houndstone. I wish they didn't ban Last Respects. It doesn't matter to me either way because we're not going to see this Pokemon anymore in the tier with Last Respects gone. That's for damn sure, so whatever. Palafin, I think, should be next on the chopping block because this shit is heinous. But Pokemon Home, when it comes back, they're going to figure out, you know, what checks what. I'll tell you this. When Pokemon Home comes out, stuff like Palafin is not going to be a big threat. You're going to have Zapdos checking that shit with static. You're going to have Kartana, a.k.a. this thing's Big Papa. Like, don't worry too much. Don't worry too much about all these mons. Because when Home comes out, it's going to be a lot different. Flutter Mane, I don't know. When Home comes out, this shit might still be God. But we'll see. Hope you guys enjoyed. Drop a big like if you did. I'm going to be streaming later, and I'll catch you guys soon.